Hi everybody, welcome on into Walking On. I am Jordan Ham and we have a lot to get to on this edition. We're here in Tempe. The ASU assistant coaches just spoke to media and there's a lot to get to as we gear up for spring ball. First off, Marcus Arroyo, the offensive coordinator for the Sun Devils, was a Broyles finalist and he walks us through that experience and what that means for the Devils moving forward.
It's a really prestigious, if not the most prestigious award for an assistant coach you can be mentioned for, or up for, let alone become a finalist for. But I think the only thing that is probably the most recognizable when you step back from that is understanding that it's not an individual award because of yourself. You know, that's a team deal, and more than anything, an opportunity to get our fork out there and spread the Sun Devil love and hear the appreciation and I think respect that was earned by this team, by Coach Dillingham, by this community, by everyone who's taken a really big, giant step forward in leaning into a commitment here to be a real team. Like I told the offense the other day in our first kind of meeting here as we got into kind of an OTA tile style deal, the first thing I mentioned to them was, you know, that's great, but you got to press reset, and the targets have changed. The membership and the ante to be in this program or to be on this offense to what we're about to do has gone up. And so we got to make sure we hold ourselves accountable to that.
Now the Sun Devils are returning a lot, but one player that they will be without moving forward is Cam Scadaboo, as he is going through the NFL draft process as we speak. But that means that someone needs to step up in that running back room, and for Sean Aguano, he's been here before. He's had top flight performers move on, and he's been able to reload. The question is, who's going to be that guy that steps up?
I think it's an open tryout for all those guys to step up. We're not set on one person. I think Sip being there and playing the most as the front runner, man, but that's his to lose as well. And so, how do you make up those yardage for Cam? That's going to be tough. But like I said earlier, the same conversation is, how was I going to replace Eno Benjamin? How was I going to replace Rashad White? How was I going to replace X Valade? Now how do I replace Cam? Somebody always steps up to take their place, and it's been great having those, and so hopefully someone will be able to do that and take care of that production.
And as we look at the cornerback room, a lot of young players from last year stepped up in big ways on that Peach Bowl team, and one of those was Keith Abney. And according to his position coach Brian Carrington, it feels like Abney is just getting started.
He's an unbelievable kid. You know, he holds himself to a high standard. He's a big critic of himself. You know, just very detailed. You know, we've had a lot of time to kind of dive into, you know, some self-scout of last year, some things we did good, some things we didn't do so good at. So, you know, with Keith going back and diving into the film from this year, he just got more technical. He was very sound towards the latter end of the season. And, you know, with Javen and Keith kind of under the squat rack, they had to man a lot of snaps, you know, this previous season. So, you know, just having those guys self-critique themselves. Keith is real big on just being detailed for the amount of snaps that he's out there. If he's out there 80 snaps versus 50 snaps, he doesn't want to give things up from a technical standpoint.
That'll do it for this week on Walking On. We just blinked. It felt like the Peach Bowl was just last week. Now we're gearing up for spring ball. For all of your college football needs, keep it to Sports 360 AZ.